Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim Classic video. The first time, this is going to be in 4K as well, the first time in the new place, and we're on the west coast where we actually are ready to go. So let's get the doors shut. We've got to do the GSMR as well. But yeah, hopefully this is coming out in 4K. I don't know if it's actually going to make any difference for this game. Probably not, but there may be a slight difference. Let's do that as well. Let's do 010. Feels nice because I can actually see the whole screen with this monitor, whereas the last time I played Train Sim Classic it was on the old TV where it cut out my screen. So we got yeah, right, doors are shut, let's go. Again, not sure if there will be any difference as such with Train Sim Classic. You never know. I'll leave a link for this scenario as well. This one is, I think on the Train Sim community website, it was by someone called Southwestern. That's like rolled in the using the old variant of the 377 as well. So you haven't got the numbers on that side. And you also haven't got the track light as well. That's alright. It's like a massive screen. Pretty cool though. Again, can you notice any difference to the normal Train Sim Classic videos? I mean, for me it's really just being able to see the full screen. Yeah, we're going all the way to Brighton on this, so it's about 40 minutes. And my webcam may be slightly dark. Just going to check, I'll check the audio quickly. Hopefully it's running okay. Where's OBS? Let's turn that fully up. Going back to the game, nothing will, it will be gone. You'll see. There you go, and then it has to load it in again. So audio seems okay. This is Arundel Junction. Cool. There goes the Arun Valley line, but we're going off round to the right onto the west coast. And hopefully we've got all of the EPs installed as well, we should do. Liking these clouds though. Because yeah, the last time we played Train Sim Classic we were having issues with the enhancement pack, because they kept uninstalling themselves, which obviously isn't good. Let's do a little brake test actually. There you go. And let's go, full whack. No, definitely, actually, to us it does look a lot clearer. Yeah, I don't think it will make a big difference in 4K for Train Sim Classic because it is an old game. Although I think they did add 4K support. Well, they added the 4K resolution. I think in the big update they did about a year ago. But yeah, not sure if it actually does change anything on here. Again, does this look better than our previous Train Sim Classic video? Sorry again everybody, I'm going to quickly do a little audio check again. I bet the game will crash. A little bit. Right, last audio check that is. There's the game. I bet it will crash. Because it doesn't like when you go backwards and forth between the two. Okay, no, alright, we're okay. Good. So after Angering, we should then run fast to Worthing. There's the 70. Wish it was 90 along here though. It'd be much nicer. Like on the east coast where you can get up to 90. That's the thing on the west coast where it's so built up and the speed limit's only 70 most of the, well, yeah, it's basically 70 most of the way. It's not as quick as the east coast. Might be too far along to Angmering now. Apologies if I'm a little bit quiet for this one as well. Again, we are recording this a little bit late, so I'll try and keep my hush, keep it slightly hush, and also I'm basically half asleep as well. It's an early start, well, early start today and early start tomorrow as well. I thought I'd cheekily try a bit of Train Sim Classic. As we start slowing down for Angmering. Cool. Now we're only 4 coaches, so we'll be looking for the 4 coach dot marker. There it is, just there. Cool. And my favourite part, running fast between Angmering and Worthing. It is very nice in real life. And in the game. Not having to call it Durrington. Cool. I'm also wondering how long this video is going to take to upload, as it's a 4K, well hopefully it'll be a 4K video. And so all being well, we can all have them in 4K. Here we are, this is Angmering. Because the TSW 4K video I did, that took 10 minutes I think. Was it 10 minutes? It was something like 10 minutes. And that was only, but basically it was a 10-minute long video. So I suppose a minute, so yeah, 10-minute video, 10 minutes to upload. So I'm hoping this will be similar. Although Train Sim Classic videos tend to have a much larger file size. We're due out of Angmering at 07, so that's about now. Our next station stop is Worthing in 5 miles. And let's go. Keep pressing the depot whistle. Haven't played this in a couple of weeks, so all TSW-fied. Which on TSW is N and spacebar for the horns, whereas on here it's B and spacebar. Up to 70, and that's where we shall stay for a little bit. And after Worthing we go slightly slower. After that it's usually, well, it should be Lancing, Shoreham by Sea, Southwick, Portslade, Hove and Brighton. Well, I was saying that we are doing it. Oh no, it should be alright. Also, because some of the sort of school kick-out time ones, they end up calling it East Worthing. But I mean, we should be alright. So up to 70 and just leave it out there. Because again, this bit could easily be 80. Or even 90, that's just a straight line. But no, 70. I'm not sure how well audio is coming out either on this. Hopefully okay. That's pretty nice shot. So if it is coming out quite badly, my audio, maybe this will be a members video. As sort of a test to see how 4K is on Train Sim Classic. Hope it's coming out alright. Now we sort of come round to the right and then round to the left, and on that left is Goring by Sea. Cross break. Feels weird not seeing the numbers on the left hand side. Well, I think the scenario creator did say he is sort of new to making scenarios. I might not be local to the area. Right, round to the right there, Goring by Sea. And then from here all of the stations are close to one another. Yeah, Goring by Sea. And Darrington on Sea, that's the next one along. Now we can speed through West Worthing at 70 and then we'll stick it into step 2. Should bring us down nicely for Worthing Central, as some people call it. Yeah, there's three stations in Worthing. There's West Worthing, Worthing and East Worthing. Some people will literally say I'm going to Worthing when they actually mean East Worthing or West Worthing. So a lot of people say I'm going to Worthing Central. This is Darrington on Sea. I must admit the image does look a lot clearer. But again, that might just be because I'm actually using a PC monitor now, not a TV screen. So I can actually see all of the bits and pieces, all of the edges. You got West Worthing middle siding there. Yeah, this is West Worthing. Again, to those of you who know what the EPs look like, hopefully we have got all of the enhancements on. So I did reinstall them before we started, but the game did play up a couple of times. As we come into Worthing. So have we got the track EP on? So now I can literally never tell. Well, I can't remember if George is using the Just Trains one on here. Cannot remember. That looks like old track to me. Or maybe is that the Just Trains one? I don't know. I did reinstall the track EP before this. Not sure. Again, I never really notice whether it's the old or new track. Well, I think George might be using the Just Trains one on here. And this is Worthing. Trains rarely get put into platform 1. There's our marker there. 3 to 4. I think we've set this in winter, so the brakes are slightly trickier to use. Well, at least the scenario appears to be set in winter. So I put the brakes on there and we sort of slid a little bit. Did cheekily have to use a little bit of step 3. Due out of Worthing at 14. And then we're going to be calling at, Lancing, Shoreham by Sea, Southwick, Portslade, Hove and Brighton at 35. Should be there 35. So about 20 minutes. What time were we due out of here? 14. A few more seconds. We'll let this lady get on. If she wants to get on. There we go. Let's get the door shut. Again, sort of 20 to 30 seconds before departure. Get the doors shut. And let's go. Cool. So I'm still waiting for George to release the next version of this route, which I think is going to take it to Bognor, Chichester and Arundel. Hopefully the departure board hasn't gone all funny, although I'm assuming as it's now getting a bit darker that might have gone a bit, it might look a bit funny on the webcam, like almost a bit blurred, as I suppose it can't focus on it because it's dark. So we get to fly through East Worthing. Cool. Just behind the 1 November, it's about 10 minutes behind. You've got the either a 2 Yankee or a 1 Sierra service, which then stops at East Worthing. As the 2 Yankee and 1 Sierra alternate, so it's 2 trains an hour from East Worthing. One goes to Portsmouth, one goes to Chichester via Littlehampton. They both to Brighton, going the other way. Turn down my audio a little bit, getting a bit noisy. As we approach Lancing, I've got a feeling that distance signal is at the end of the platform. See one green, there's another green just ahead. Probably is where the level crossing is at Lancing Station. Yes, looks like the station coming up. As we come into Lancing. Let's get an external arrival shot. They usually go terribly wrong, but maybe this time it will be alright. It's quite a short platform, it's only 4 coach platform this one as well. Well, this is Lancing. A nice external arrival. There we are, this is Lancing. Again, it slips a bit there. No, not that, that. Cool. And then Shoreham by Sea after this, which is sort of another gap. Sort of a big-ish gap. Due out of Lancing at 18, so that is, well, now. Okay, we've got to be careful with the sliding though, it is sliding quite a bit on this one. What appears to be. There's Lancing signal box with the Network Southeast signpost to it. This actually looks pretty good round here. That's like Well, that does look quite similar to that. And for a sort of a kit bash route, it is pretty swell. The only thing is with this route, it's only cab view scenery, which isn't. I mean, if you didn't, I mean, from the cab, as long as you don't sort of start looking around, and if you look sort of just as you would, it looks pretty good. But if you start sort of going in the cams and stuff, you see gaps in the scenery, but again, from the cab, the most important view, it's all right. As we get back up to 70. Cool. And we go over the River Ada, which is always sort of one of the scenic parts of the West Coastway. But it's not really a scenic route, the West Coastway, as it's just built up most of the way. Sort of the scenic bits are here coming into Shoreham, or leaving Shoreham. And really, it doesn't really get pretty until you're out in the fields near Barnum, Chichester, Havant. That's quite a nice area. Fishbourne, Bosham, Nutbourne, all those little villages. The most scenic part's probably out by Swanwick. Swanwick, Burswoodon, Hamble, sort of all that area is lovely. Whereas the East Coastway, the whole thing is scenic. As we approach Shoreham by Sea, we're going to be careful with the brakes, as they don't seem to be particularly good on this particular run. Yeah, as it's set in winter. So I'm just slightly slower into the platform. Cool. Yeah, that would do. This is Shoreham by Sea. Up next is Southwick, due out here at 22. So we ain't got too long. And about 15 minutes into. But again, I'm feeling the webcam probably is looking quite dark. Let me turn on the little light there. If that will make any difference, apart from actually that blinds me a bit, so maybe not. But yeah, it may look slightly dark, the background. Yeah, I'm recording this a little bit late, as you can see, so still yet to get a light. What is a stand? Right, Southwick up next. But hopefully it looks alright though. Hopefully not too bad. Well, that lady just vanished. Got the old Southern logo as well. And sort of the yellow writing to it. Put it back in. There's Shoreham Port there. It's quite funny, Shoreham Port actually isn't really in Shoreham, it's in Southwick. Like the Southwick station sign literally says home of Shoreham Port. And then if any customers wanted Fisher's Gate, you could, I'm thinking of the times. Yeah, you'd have to wait for the Fisher's Gate change here at Southwick for the 2 Yankee behind us. Although if we were the service half hour earlier or later to get to Fishersgate, it's best to change at Portslade, because then you'd be getting the 58 past Chichester service. You could catch that and go back on yourself. Which is like the 7 past out of Portslade. Yeah, we are going a little bit slow here. I'm sort of half asleep and I don't really want to risk overshooting or yeah, that wouldn't be any good. This is Southwick. And we get to miss out Fishersgate after this. And the brakes really aren't that good on this 377. Oh yeah, probably because it's set to winter and also because it's the Train Sim Classic 377. I mean, what is more realistic, the Train Sim Classic 377 or the Train Sim World 377? I'm assuming probably the Train Sim Classic one for physics. Due out of here now, and Portslade up next. So we get a nice little gap. And let's go. You see Fishersgate just ahead of us. And then that second signal, it's probably Portslade. That second green signal hasn't loaded yet, but that would probably be Portslade. But thanks all for coming in if you have made it this far in the video. Again, I'm not sure what it's looking like on the webcam. Hopefully it's not like rubbish, but it could be, as it's now sort of fairly dark now. But having the main light on, the light sort of shines down here, so it just, yeah, you sort of get a massive dark shadow on this side and the light on this side which you don't see, so it's pointless. So I need at some point to get some sort of light which is up here, which sort of looks down, imitates the natural light. This is Fishersgate. Yeah, second signal is at the end of the platform. Going over Trafalgar Road, and then over Boundary Road, and then to Portslade. This area I know quite well, because I actually used to live in Portslade. Not as nice now as what it used to be, like lower Portslade. Cool. There's the 3 coach marker. I was about to say that probably doesn't get used very much now, but then you get the 377/3s out and about, usually on the Portsmouths and the Chichesters. Actually, the 313s sadly aren't about anymore. 29 out of here. So we got a little bit of time. We've got about 45 seconds. There's a 1 hotel. Actually, the only 8 coaches on the West Coastway. Not sure why that one's not going. The doors are shut, but it's just not moving. I've got a feeling the instruction for that train hasn't started yet. The other day was quite cool though. I actually worked a 377/4, I think it was, and a /6 together. So it was a 9-coach train from Victoria to East Grinstead, with the new 377 or newer 377s and the old 377, old gen and new gen, which is pretty weird but cool. Right, and we're off. We're getting there. Home stretch. In real life, at this point, your legs are like dying. As a Southampton return, this you're going all the way to Southampton, all the way back to Brighton. By this point, your legs are like, sit down. You need to sit down. It's basically 4 hours of just standing up. And this is sort of when you're looking forward to getting back to Brighton. And we got Aldrington coming up. You got the new sort of high-rise building as that Hove, which will signify that we're coming up to Hove. They're all built now, actually. It's quite a nice little complex there. And there's people coming down to 60 as well. Yeah, speed doesn't change much on this route. Literally 60, and then 70, and then 65 just after Angmering. That doesn't change much. Here's AGT. So it's 3-letter station code. And coming into HOV, Hove. That's been a nice run over from Ford though. Again, hopefully we can see this route extended over to Chai. That would be pretty cool, or even Barnum. I think that is in the next update. Cool. To step 1, should roll us nicely to a stop, and here we are. Cool. What's that one there? What would that be? That would be the... What would that be? Why am I thinking too hard about what that would... That would be the Portsmouth train. That's probably the Portsmouth and Southsea. That would have been the 14:28 service from Brighton. Yeah, Portsmouth and Southsea. Due out of here at 32, so that's now. Yeah, because the 28 out of Brighton is, well, there's actually 2 28 past out of Brighton. One's a Bedford, a 9 Tango. And one's the Portsmouth, the 28, and then the 58 is Chichester and Bedford. Cool. I'm trying to think. Let's try and list all of the departures out of Brighton within an hour. It's almost easier to work it backwards, like 58, and then. Trying to think, what have you got? The first one is the 6 past Seaford. That's the first one, yeah, 6 past 6 and 36 Seaford. Then you've got 9 and 39, which is Gatwick Express to Victoria. You've then got 14 and 44, which is the Thames Link to Cambridge. No, hang on, no, first, this one. First, you've got the 13 and 43, which are the Southampton Centrals. Then the 14 and 44 Cambridge. And then what you got after that? You've then got a bit of a gap after that. After 14, it's then the 26 Orr and 56 Eastbourne. And then you've then got the 28, well, Bedford, and also the one to Portsmouth, as well as to Chichester. Yeah, you get that gap between 14 and 28. I don't think anything goes into there. I'm trying to think now, it's like so that 14-minute gap. Nice and steady up to the red. No, not 40, the 12-minute gap. Until it's late. Yeah, because from the when the Cambridge leaves, the next one out's not the it's the Eastbourne, or Eastbourne or. Well, that was a run on the West Coastway in 4K. So hopefully that looked somewhat better than usual. Nice little scenario though. Again, I'll link the scenario below. The real test is to see how long it will take to upload. I mean, upload speed is about 45 megasecond, so I shouldn't really have any issues. Cool. Here's Brighton. Just come on, get there and stop. Just before this, I actually did the stream on the West Coast mainline over chat. So it's been about 2.5 hours non-stop driving. Cool. And here we are, this is Brighton. Let's do that, DRA on, right side door release, do that and do that. Well, that is going to be everybody for today's Train Sim Classic video. Again, have you noticed any difference in 4K? If it is in 4K, hopefully it is. Should give you an option to like 2160p. Links usual places, Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as our UK Departure Board affiliate link with the 5% off coupon. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.